We're currently seeing an increase in the types of emails that are usually spoofing clients or spoofing people you may know, do business with, especially in companies. But if you're at home, check your email. They're just spoofing services like Amazon.com and whatnot. So here's an example. This is a real world example of Amazon, or at least what it looks like Amazon. And in reality, if you click on the first thumbnail, this is actually not an Amazon domain name. And it looks really, really legit. And they did a very fine job on this. The PDF that's down in the bottom left is not even a real PDF. It's not even an attachment. It's just a hyperlink. Clicking that hyperlink takes you into an online PDF that's cloud hosted. And the problem with it is this is not a legitimate card. It's just a generic image, right? And it's also a hyperlink. And the hyperlink takes you into this a bogus URL, which on the third image, if you click on that, doesn't even have a legitimate domain host. I mean, I say it's hosted on Wix.com, but it's not even a live domain, really. So that's a huge tip-off all by itself. But this is one of the finer malicious emails I've seen. And undoubtedly, clicking on either of the links, you're going to go into what's called a credential harvest website, and that's where they trick you into keying in various credentials, logins, passwords in particular, and then they capture them. So now here we have a latest attack, or at least attack attempt, really clever. You get an email in your inbox and it says it's from Amazon according to the header. Not Amazon.com, Amazon. That's one clue. Order confirmation, here are your orders, shipping number, blah, 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 right? So you click on it and you look and go, if you don't pay attention to the actual full address, it says it shows an Amazon, little A and all that stuff. And that screen there, without enabling all the images and stuff, it looks really official. It looks like an Amazon email. And as you go further down, you start seeing some weird things. Wilmington, Delaware. What is that? Oh, well, look at that. This thing's a TV, $5,700, and Shield TV, $306, and oh wow, there's credit that was applied to it, knocked it down to $1,191. Really suspicious things. So those are the first thing you're going to think of. When I see this, I think, somebody has compromised my Amazon account. I better contact somebody. That's what they're hoping for. This is a bait because, again, you look up the Amazon address and there's Edward4927tur@gmail.com. That's not Amazon. So this is a spoof. First thing you look at, the absolute first thing you look at is that sender address. And completely nullifies everything else. But I'm just going to break everything down anyway. For one thing, Delaware, really. So, and also right at the very top, you see where it says, "Please call us if this is if you suspect it's fraud." And so, well, that's a huge indicator right there. They're like, we really want you to panic and call this number. If you call that number, they're probably going to sound like they're from Amazon, and then they're going to say, can you give us your card number, and we'll go ahead and charge back to you, and then we'll reset your account. They'll probably try to get your account credentials, login password, that sort of thing. If you have multi-factor authentication turned on, they'll ask for that number too. This, of course, is social engineering at its finest. They want you to look at the prices, like, oh my God, I'm going to panic. And then they add top picks for you and stuff like that. So. And it's a really good email that is going to sucker you in if you panic. So take the time, study the email. If it looks alarming, start looking for clues. Now here's a really good one. Unique, I'll give them that. So if you click on the first image, it's hosted on a SharePoint site, and it's actually an Excel Online file, so it's a live file. But there's a lot of problems with it. Come to find out, there's no such thing as an EBSCO. There is an EBSCO that's legit service. So I suspect this is just it's a on-purpose typo spoof, and it's assigned to someone. It says Ginny, EBFC. So it's likely that they have compromised an account, or they're spoofing another account and just putting this into the URL. Whatever it is, it's malicious, obviously, because this was meant to be an invoice, an attached invoice. That's how it's typically done. Instead, it was an image of an invoice, and it had hyperlink, and it hyperlinks right into this Excel Online. And inside the Excel worksheet is the image, and it's a generic image of this invoice, real thumbnailed and purposely blurred. You can't expand it, and it's a hyperlink. And if you go into the second image, it hyperlinks into a Google APIs, which is legit. It's a cloud storage site, but with a OneDrive image on here, and this is an obvious link, or way to link to a Credential Harvest site. So if you click on the Office 365 or Outlook or AOL, whatever, this is a brilliant way that you click on one of these, you're going to give them your Yahoo login and password, or your Outlook login password and whatever, and you're actually going to give them most of your logins and passwords that are associated with these types of applications and web services. So this one was pretty creative.